Here we are at the Cologne Cathedral. The Cologne Cathedral is a cathedral that serves as a model Gothic architecture. According to the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, it attracts 40,000 visitors daily during the tourist season, totaling to 3 million people every year. A bird's eye view shows that the cathedral is in the shape of a cross. The building has a cruciform plan, which is a common theme in Gothic cathedrals. The building of this cathedral began in 1248. It took more than 600 years to be completed. Sadly, the cathedral was hit during World War II and suffered great damages. Fortunately, it survived and was completely restored shortly after the war was finished. Among the things that were damaged was a south transept window. This window was temporarily filled with plain glass until the year 2007. In 2007, Gerhard Richter designed a colorful computer pixelated window, and it was installed into the cathedral. This window is composed of 11,500 squares of glass in 72 different colors. People had different reactions to the addition of this window. Jerry Bleem, a priest who teaches at the School of Art Institute of Chicago, describes the significance of the window by saying, "Continuity certainly has value, but sometimes when bad breaks into history, the suitable response is radical change. We need change to break the racism that drove us to World War II, and we need it even when celebrating the dying and rising of Jesus." Like Bleem, some see this window to signify healing after World War II. Some other people have different views. It is said that the archbishop from one of the cities refused to attend the unveiling of the new window as a sign of protesting. One of the first parts to be completed was the choir in the year 1322. For the most part, the original components of the choir are still intact. This includes the high altar, the choir stalls, the choir screens with their paintings, the 14 statues along the pillars in the choir, and as well the gigantic cycle of stained glass windows dating back to 1322. Finally being completed in the year 1880, the Cologne Cathedral was the tallest building in the world. This title was held for 4 years until the year 1884. Though it lost the title as the world's tallest building, it is the tallest cathedral in Germany. The cathedral is so tall that it can be seen for miles across the plains of Germany. One of the key characteristics that makes it recognizable as Gothic architecture are the two twin spires, each standing 157 meters high. That's more than 3 football fields. Something else that is special about this cathedral is that it holds one of the largest free swinging bells found in the world. This bell is called the Kaiserglock, which was actually cast in 1874 from a French cannon captured in the Franco-German War. One of the reasons the cathedral was built was to house the shrine of the Magi. This is said to have held the bones of the 3 wise men. It is also recognized to be the largest requiem shrine in Europe.
We are in the main city square of Milan, Italy, standing in front of the famous Milan Cathedral. It's the 5th largest church in the world, built over a period of 582 years. The construction of the cathedral that stands today began in 1386, and the initial plan was to build it in Lombard Gothic style. Later on, when French architect Nicolas de Bonaventure took over, he of course redesigned it to be in French Rayonnette Gothic style and added Candaglia marble panels. One interesting fact to note is that the quarry of this white marble is from the Alps and is actually still owned by the builders of the cathedral. As many foreign architects were involved in its construction, this perhaps contributes to its originality and high quality. The facade, which began its construction in the 17th century, was initially designed in the Mannerism Baroque style. but it was redesigned to Gothic style when a new chief architect took over in 1649. The Madonnina spire is the tallest detail of the cathedral. It's 108.5 meters tall. Wondermundo, a webpage about world landmarks and attractions, says that, according to a tradition, no building in Milan is taller than Madonnina. Construction officially finished in 1965 when the last gate of the cathedral was inaugurated. However, the Milan Cathedral is never fully complete because it is periodically under restoration. The Milan Cathedral is also the second largest Gothic cathedral in the world. It has the highest Gothic vaults, standing at 45 meters tall. The cathedral is notable for its 52 columns and especially the 135 spires on top of it. The spires are supported with flying buttresses, adding to the complex and almost overwhelming structure of the rooftop. There are a total of about 3,400 statues in and around the cathedral, ranging from Gothic style to 20th century Art Deco. The interior of the cathedral is noticeably darker and almost grave compared to the light and ornate exterior. Hanging over the altar is the most precious value, the Holy Nail, because it supposedly is from the true cross. In an article about the Milan Cathedral in the Mirror of Literature, Amusement, and Instruction, various authors describe it as inferior only to the Vatican. It equals in length and in breadth surpasses the Cathedral of Florence and St. Paul's. In the interior elevation, it yields to both. In exterior, it exceeds both. In fretwork, carving, and statues, it goes beyond all churches in the world, St. Peter's itself not excepted. The roof of the cathedral can be visited and is a popular tourist destination. The view not only includes the city of Milan with its rivers, canals, gardens, vineyards, but also extends to the great Italian Alps.